Hello everyone and welcome to the virtual session of ENGR3360 for the BQ4. Let's start with the question 1. Consider the following cash flow. So your years have been given in brackets and the cash flow is minus 100 plus 50, 60 and so on. So which equation describes this cash flow? So the option is 2, that is 50 times p slash a I comma 5 plus 10 p slash g I comma 5 plus 50 p slash f I comma 5 divided by 100 equal to 1. So it is one of the tricky question and it's a bit confusing as well. So it's basically an arithmetic. So if you rearrange this equation, you can write it as 100 equals to 50 plus 60 plus 70 plus 80, and for the fifth year that is 90 and addition of 50, that's why you have a value of plus 40 here. So if you observe here, you have a difference of 10, that is the gradient is 10 here, so that's why you have this formula as 10 times p slash g I comma 5, and your base value is 50, so it is 50 times p slash a I comma 5, and to get the final value you have to get this formula, that is 50 p slash f I comma 5 equal to 100. So so the option is option 2. So let's move on to the second question. So before moving on, you have to understand the notations here, that is P stands for present sum today, F stands to the future sum, A stands to the annual payment per year. Your interest will be calculated in terms of percentage, of course, per year, and N will be your time periods. It's normally in years, sometimes it's also calculated in months. So the question 2, it is estimated that the maintenance cost on a new car will be $400 the first year, for the first year, increasing $100 a year for each subsequent year. How much must you set aside when you buy the car to cover the maintenance cost for 7 years at 5%? So if you observe this graph, it's quite linear. So and the in the x-axis you have been given with the your period, that is n, and the a represents the annual value that you are paying in per annum, and it's keep on increasing, that is shown by the arrow. So that is your gradient value, that how much amount you are adding in your annual amount. So this equation this question is more similar to the unit 4.3 and the example given in slide 10. So you can see here you have annual value of $400 for your new car maintenance. So and there is a gradient value of 100 in each year. So your formula for the present value can be P equal to 400 P slash A 5%, because the percentage of interest is given as 5%, and your N value is 7, plus because it's keep on adding, so it is 100 times P slash G 5% 7. So go to the FUFU table on the back of your text and get the value for 5% and N7, and get the values for P slash A and P slash G, and you get the substitutions, and you get the value as 3938.60. it can be rounded to 3938. So third question, the Bowmanville Town Council has decided that the dam just upstream of the town must be rebuilt and strengthened. The town engineer estimates that it will cost $85,000 by the end of the year. Subsequent annual repair costs will decline. Please note the word will decline by $10,000 per year. making the second year cost as $75,000, and the third year it is $65,000, and so on. Council member want to know the equivalent present cost of the repairs for the next 5 years at 4%. So from here you can see that your interest rate is 4% and your N value is 5, and your annual value is 85,000. If you have seen, or if you have understood the question, there is a decline of $10,000 from this 85,000. So your A value is 85,000 and the gradient value is 10,000 because it is being declined. So it is more or less similar to the previous question, but you have to subtract the gradient amount. That is P equal to 85,000. I'm sorry, there is a typo error. It is 85,000 P slash A 4% 5 minus 10,000 P slash G 4% 5. Get the values for P slash A and P slash G for the 4% and N5. You can get the value of 292,870. Let's move on to the question 4. A debt of $5,000 can be repaid. So it's a loan, $5,000, with an interest rate of 8%. So your I value is 8% by the following schedule: year 1 500, year 2 1000, year 3 1500, year 4 2000, year 5 X. This X you have to calculate to the nearest dollar. So if you have observed, there is an increment of $5. That means your G value, your gradient value, is 500, and your interest is 8% and your given value for 4 years. So you have been given a value for 4 years, so your N is 4. So for the present value you can calculate as P equal to 500 times P slash A 8% 4 plus 500 P slash G 8% 4. So this is your base value for the first year, and this is your gradient value for the increment in each year. So you get 3981, and your total debt amount is $5,000. So subtract this 3981 from 5,000, you'll get it as 1019. So the option is option 2. Question number 5. A set of cash flow begins at $50,000 and increases at 10% per annum for the next 15 years. If the interest rate is 7%, what is the present value of the set to the nearest dollars? So this is similar to the example which is 4.13 given in your unit 4.3. So you have your A value as $50,000 and your gradient in terms of interest, that is 10%, and your N value as 15, and you have the interest rate as 7%. To solve this, there are two methods: either by calculating in years step by step, or by substituting the formula. So the formula is P equal to A times A 1 minus 1 plus G raised to N 1 plus I raised to minus N divided by I minus G, and you can substitute these values into the equation, and you get the answer as 856712. Question 6. Kiki has overused her credit card. She decided to only pay cash until balance of 8,574 is paid off. The credit people charge 18% compounded monthly. What is the effective interest rate? So the effective interest rate definition is interest rate that takes compounding into consideration and basically used for analysis. So if you go to the slide number 4.10 of unit 4.4, you get the effective yearly rate, and its formula is 1 plus R over M, whole to the power as m minus 1. So your m value is 12, and your r value is 18 percentage. So in terms of decimal it will be 0.18, and if you substitute this equation into this, you'll get it as 19.56. Question 7. You are setting up your pension funds and you have found an amazing fund that pays 14% compound continuously. If you deposit $12,000 a month for 7 years, $12,000 a month for 7 years, what will be your balance at the end of 7-year period? So here the amount is deposited monthly basis, so you have to calculate your n value in terms of months for 7 years. So for this you have to take the formula for infinite compounding, and it is given as a times e raised to rn minus 1 divided by e raised to r minus 1. So your r here is 14 percentage. In terms of percentage, in terms of decimal, it will be 0.14 for 12 months, so it will be 0.14 divided by 12, it will be 0.01167. The n value for 7 years, it will be 7 times the 12 months, that is 84, and your a value, the annual value, is $12,000. If you substitute these values into the equation, you'll get it as 170237. Question 8. It's more like a direct question. A particular investment will be worth $1,000 after 3 years of time. This investment has an interest rate of 5% compound interest. Calculate the percent value of this investment. Enter an amount in dollar with no units. Do not round your answer. So it's like you have you have your final value as 1000, and your interest is 5% and it is for 3 years. So it's a direct substitution. Get the value of p/f for 5% and n3. So the answer is 863.84. Question 9. An annuity has a future worth of $1,000 5 years into the future. The investment is subjected to a nominal interest rate of 10% per year, but with the infinite compounding. What is the annual payment that will result in this? So this is just an opposite of question number 7. So here you have been given the final value, and in question number 7 there was an annual value. So the formula is just the opposite, that is f times e raised to r, I mean the reciprocal of that, e raised to r minus 1 divided by e raised to rn minus 1. So your r value is, that is given in terms of percentage, and that is 10%, so it is 0.1. N is for 5 years, it is given in the terms of year, so it is n 5 years, and the final value is 1000. Substitute this into the equation and you will get 162.12. Question 10 is again similar to question number 5. So it says, consider a payment plan associated with purchasing a new car that follows a geometric gradient. After 1 year, the first payment is $1,000 that is due. At the end of each subsequent year, another payment is due that is 10% larger than the previous year payment. At an interest rate of 8% per year, what is the present value of the entire payment plan for 3 years? So it is less than 5, the n is less than 5, so you can calculate step by step in the years, or else you can just directly use the formula. So and the values given here as a as $1,000, your gradient is in percentage, that is 10%, and your interest is 8%, and the n is 3. If you substitute this into the equation, you'll get the p value as 2829. Question 11. Using the formula for compound interest, calculate the future value of a present value of $500 with an interest rate of 13% per year. After 9 years, give the answer to the nearest penny. So if you have seen, you do not have any 13% table in the backside of your text. So what you can do, you can take the two nearest percentage value and take the average of those. So you have been given here with a final value of 500 at an interest rate I of 13% and N for 9. You get the values for 12 percentage and 15 percentage. So you don't have the value for 13 percentage, so you have to interpolate and then take the average. So for 13 to 15, it is there is a difference of 2, so that is why I am multiplying here with 2. So 2 times f slash p, 15 percentage 9, and you have 12 to 15. There are 3 values in between, so you have to get the average by dividing by 3, and you get the value as 1634.83. Question 12. A company deposits 2000 in a bank account at the end of every year for 10 years. If the bank pays 8%, how much is the account worth at the end of 10 years? So it's a direct substitution question. So you have the annual amount as $2,000 and you have the bank interest as 8%, and for the 10 years substitute in f slash a 8% 10 times 2000, you get the value as $28,974. Question 13. A very well organized engineer wants to be a millionaire by her 60th birthday. She believes she can make 15% per annum on her investment. She wants to deposit a fixed amount starting on her 20th birthday and continuing through her 59th. What is the fixed amount? So the amount is here 1 million, and there are 40 deposits. From if you take from 20th birthday to 60th birthday. So let the deposit amount be X dollars, starting at the 20th birthday and ending at 59th birthday for the future value, and it can be given as X times f slash a 15% 40. But however, for the at the 60th birthday only she can get a million. So a million times p slash f 15%, and difference between 60 and 59 is 1, so the n value is 1 here, and you'll get the value as 869,600. So now this is your annual value for the for each year. So this has to be calculated for 40 years. So 69600 times f slash a 15%, your n value is 40, because 20 to 60 the difference is 40, so n value is 40, and you get it as 486.98, and it can be rounded to 487. So thank you guys. If you have any further doubts, please go to your virtual sessions and your TAs will be happy to help you. Thank you.